Welcome to the road to the Final Four. I'm J-Rod right here. Big games today, including Texas, West Virginia, Xavier, Seton Hall, and Oklahoma State. The first, we just have been so lucky having all these great matchups the last few weeks, and this week we're so bummed only one top 25 game today between Xavier and Seton Hall. We could have put the Kentucky-Florida game up here, but, just didn't seem interesting. After Kentucky lost earlier this week, it just wasn't a good game. To my standard. All these games are going to be in the same window. Fox game will run a little later. And it's time to make our picks. Now on the road to the Final Four. JB absent. Again. The definition of absent is JB. Duffy. But we will have games that we'll have games on Essence Sports this week. Not SN, Essence Sports. If you want to come to more pregame games, tune into Essence Sports. That just takes way too much space. I'm going to pick West Virginia over Texas. Texas, they just haven't really. I think West Virginia, they have to bounce back today. They lost earlier this week. They lost a big lead in that game. It's a must-win for them. Oklahoma and Oklahoma State, I think the number 4 Sooners will bounce back. They will stay in the top 10 this week with a win over Oklahoma State. They already lost to Kansas State this week. They can't afford another one. And then the big one, Xavier and Seton Hall. I've got the Xavier Musketeers over Seton Hall this week. This team has to keep going. It's an uphill battle that they're fighting. Got to keep pushing. Not much else, but JB finally shows up. JB's going to get my points.
First of all, there was no initial thing. And second of all, I am getting up to go to Peyton's basketball game. So I'm sorry that I can't be on the computer 24/7.
We're going to have to write down the Jordan name.
So I have no absence. This is not an absence. I picked the ranked teams. Pick that ranked team. Mountain Climbers.
I think you picked the Mountaineers. I'm not sure. The Musketeers are Mountaineers. I'm kind of deaf.
I will pick the rival Oklahoma State. And I will pick Xavier beating Seton Hall.
And it looks like Essence coming back in this one. So the big game is the one you see down there, Oklahoma State. That's the one.
Why do you do that?
So that next week you have to pick all the games before SM.
Oh.
So we'll write that down. So next week we'll be here. Some big games next week. Let's look them up on Google. If I can find Google on my next week, which is the 27th of January. Jordan is free to go. Next week we have Baylor and Florida. And the big one, Virginia Duke next week. That'll be good. That's good basketball. Oh. That's called JBS Cup. We have some good game between Oklahoma and Alabama. Good stars in that game. So we'll see. Kentucky and West Virginia next week. That's good. JBS pay tolls. Just come. So big games next week. Some SEC games next week against the Big 12. That will be decent. Baylor, Florida, one of them. Of course, Virginia, Duke will be America's game of the next week. And right here on the road to the Final Four. We'll be back next week, 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. or 10:30, which time is not conflicting with the commitments that I have. So Texas, West Virginia, Xavier, Seton Hall, big games, 1 o'clock and 1:30 today. So Jordan picks Oklahoma State. That's Oklahoma. So if you want to rewind, you can see all the picks. This has been the road to the Final Four on SN Sports Family Networks, right here on SN. Be back for the road to the Final Four Monday or Tuesday over on SN Sports. Monday we could be. Tuesday will definitely be there on SN Sports. So we'll see you then. Before I tie crew, Jared and Wozniak, we thank you so much for tuning in. This has been the presentation of the road to the Final Four. We'll be back Tuesday night on SN Sports. And next Saturday right here on SN.